Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I set up my bullet journal for this year, and in this video I'm going to be using a BUJO A5 which I got for £1.50 and has squares inside, so it's quite cheap for those that don't want to go for the more expensive version, and it's also quite thin, meaning that you definitely will finish it during the time that you are using your BUJO. I've gone for a minimalistic style but also have included quite a bit of cursive lettering as well. So on the spine I've written 2019 using some metallic sellotape which I got from Amazon, and I'll leave the link down below. In terms of equipment, I've kept it quite simple. I'm using some BUJO gel pens. I'm also using this Uniball metallic ink fine pens which I got from Paper Chase, and I may or may not use these pastel coloured highlighters. So to start off, I am just writing one of my really favourite quotes, aspire to inspire, and it's kind of what I live by really, and I'm writing it at the front using white gel pens, and also 365 kind of just defines this year and how long I have really to work on myself. So the first page is a monthly overview where I am simply writing down the calendar. It's quite a monotonous job but it is very therapeutic when you are just listening to some good music in the background, and I really enjoyed doing this page. And I did make a bit of a mistake, but it's okay, I just covered it up with some tape. But the thing that I like about a bullet journal is that it's for you, it's yours to do what you want with, it's yours to make mistakes. It's not supposed to be perfect. So on the second page I'm doing a future log where I've got a small box for every single month of the year, and in those boxes I'll include a bit of information about major events that are happening in that month. So it could be birthdays, it could be celebrations, it could be events, major events that I am going to be speaking at, but I thought this would be a good page to list those in advance. Moving on, this is one of my favourite pages. It's called a self-care page. I haven't really seen this much with other people in terms of their bullet journals, but this is a really important page for me because I definitely like to pray. For me, prayer is an important part of my day and an important part of my life, and I need to make sure that I have incorporated that into my schedule somehow. Without taking the time out to reflect during the day 5 times, I don't feel like I have had a complete day. Self-care could mean different things for different people. In this section you could be recording how many times that you meditate or going to yoga, kind of take time out for you, the most important person. This is probably my favourite section, most definitely, and it's my library, and I've included 2 parts to this. I've included a books section and a podcast section. As someone who is on the move all the time, going to work, going out to meet friends, going out with my husband, I tend to listen to podcasts more than I read books, and I definitely have a challenge this year where I want to read more books than I ever have in a year. I do believe that podcasts are just as good for self-development and mental growth as reading books are, and so I've included a section where I'm going to list the podcasts that I really enjoy during this year. The next section is my goals section, and the theme of this page is DNA, because DNA is what defines us. It is our genetic makeup, and I feel like the goals that I have is what defines me in terms of my yearly achievements. I always try to base what I do during that year on my goals, and that is what defines me, similar to how DNA defines us. So I have different sections: personal, business, YouTube, career and family. During my week I try to make sure that I've given each of those 5 sections their fair due. The next section is an online platform log. Here I'm just tracking my following on Instagram and on YouTube, and I've used a staircase theme just because I am optimistic and I hope that my numbers will go up this year. And I really enjoy the quote, thoughts become things. If I have a staircase theme, I thought that would be great to show that I expect my numbers to go up, and hopefully they will. My next favorite section is this one, and it's my travel section. I love to travel, and I try to travel as much as I can during the year whenever I can. And living in London has its bonuses that I can travel to Europe very quickly and for a very inexpensive price. So this year I've decided to have my goals as the south of Spain. We have been so desperate to go there. We planned to go there last year, didn't get a chance to, so hopefully this year. Turkey, Japan and China, I really want to visit. I really want to visit the Far East, and Portugal's also there on my list. And lastly, Canada. I really want to see my family in Canada again. It's been too long. So those are my travel goals, and I love this page. I think it's beautiful. The next page is a pretty simple one, video ideas, and that's all it is. And this is the last page for the overall setup for my bullet journal, and it's my horse riding page. I am starting lessons next week, and I thought that it would be great to be able to log the things I've done. So far I'm able to ride with one hand. Hopefully as I progress I'll be able to list the things I've learnt and the skills that I'm more competent with. And I really love this page. I love how kind of elegant the horse looks. My course runs for 3 months, so January, February and March, so I thought it would be great to list those weeks there. So going into the plan with me for January, I've just gone with a cursive simple style, and I have chosen a quote, and I've chosen the quote, choose yourself. I was listening to a TED talk today, and it was such a beautiful TED talk about knowing yourself and knowing your self-worth. And she said to choose yourself, always choose yourself, not because other people want you, but because you are good enough, and that's enough. So that's kind of my quote for this month, choose yourself. And then I've left these photo corners, which I'll also leave the link for down below. And I just want to take a photo every month and just stick it in there as a memory. The next thing in my monthly bullet will be a just monthly overview, and in there I'm going to have an index where I just list the things that are reoccurring. So for example, uploading a YouTube video, which is every Thursday and every Monday, and then I'm also doing a couch to 5k challenge every other day, running every other day 5k. So yeah, I did it yesterday, and then I will be doing it tomorrow as well. So every time I do that, I'll just list that there. I'm not sure whether this is a log that I'm going to keep or not for next month, but I've split it into 2 parts. The first part is grateful for sections. Every time I feel like I'm grateful for something, I'm just going to write it down. Second part is some affirmations and just speaking things into existence. I am great. I am successful. I am strong. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and seeing me set up my bullet journal. I absolutely love doing this. It was very therapeutic, and I will see you every single month where I set up that particular month. Leave a comment down below and tell me which page was your favorite, whether you have currently set up a bullet journal or whether you are going to, whether I've inspired you to, because I think they're great. Don't forget to press subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on my social media. I'd absolutely love that, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.